Hey everyone, welcome back to another deep dive. Today we're going to be looking at a blog post.
Yeah.
It's called Notes on Gardening, Part 411, Is This Mecardonia procumbens?
Hmm.
And it's from a website called qianmeng.org.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and it was published on January 8th, 2025,
Okay.
so pretty recent. And, we come across these interesting sources, and this one I think is especially cool.
Yeah, why this one?
Well, the author is a software engineer.
Okay.
But also like a really avid gardener.
Interesting combination.
Yeah, so they're documenting their journey, sort of discovering and cultivating new plants.
Oh, so they're using their analytical skills for their garden.
Yeah, it's really neat. So in this particular post, the author's talking about a plant that they found
Okay.
that they think is Mecardonia procumbens.
Mecardonia procumbens.
Yeah, have you ever heard of that one?
I'm not sure that I have. Is that a common name or is that the scientific name?
That's the scientific name.
Okay.
So the post starts with the author just kind of exploring their local area, looking for new plants to add to their garden.
Sure.
And they find this ground cover plant. And, at first glance, they're like, oh, is this just a weed?
Yeah. I mean, I can imagine a lot of people just walking right past it.
Right, totally. But they decided to investigate a little further.
Oh.
And they used some online image searches.
Oh, so they're getting high tech with it.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
And through those searches, they think it might be this Mecardonia procumbens.
Interesting. So using the internet for plant identification.
Exactly.
I mean, that's something that's become pretty popular these days.
It is, and it makes you wonder, how reliable is that?
Yeah, that's a good question because, there are a lot of plants that look very similar.
Totally.
And I know from experience that sometimes even a tiny little detail can make a big difference in terms of identification.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So what would be, the proper way to identify a plant if you weren't just doing a quick Google search?
Well, if you really want to be sure, you need to look at the plant structure very carefully. Things like the shape of the leaves, the arrangement of the flowers, even like the little hairs on the stem can be important.
Wow, so it gets really detailed.
It can.
Right.
And there are these awesome field guides that you can use.
Right.
They have these really detailed descriptions and illustrations.
So you'd want to compare your plant to those.
Yeah, and sometimes even with a field guide, it can be tricky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you're really stumped, you can always reach out to a local botanical garden.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, or university with a botany department. They often have experts who can help you with identification.
Okay, so online searches are a starting point.
Exactly. A good way to get some initial ideas, but you don't want to stop there.
Right, you got to do your due diligence.
Exactly. You want to make sure you've got the right plant, especially if you're thinking about putting it in your garden.
Yeah, that makes sense. So going back to this Mecardonia procumbens, I gotta admit I've never heard of it.
It's not like a super common garden plant,
No.
but it's definitely an interesting one.
So what can you tell us about it?
Well, it's a low-growing plant.
Okay.
It's got these small, kind of delicate flowers. They can be yellow or white.
Oh, nice.
And it spreads horizontally.
Okay.
So it's considered a ground cover. That means it kind of creates this dense mat of foliage.
Oh, so like a living carpet of tiny flowers.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice way to add some texture and interest to your garden.
And the author of this blog post is thinking about transplanting some of this Mecardonia procumbens that they found into their garden.
Okay.
And they mentioned something about wanting to increase biodiversity.
Yeah, that's a really important concept in gardening.
Okay, so why is that? Why is biodiversity so important in a garden setting?
Well, think about it like this.
Okay.
A perfectly manicured lawn with just one type of grass.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of like a monoculture.
Okay.
Just one species dominating the space.
Yeah.
And that can make the ecosystem really vulnerable.
Oh, I see.
Like if a disease comes along that attacks that particular type of grass, the whole lawn could be wiped out.
That makes sense.
Biodiversity, on the other hand, is like having a safety net.
Okay.
You've got a variety of plants.
Yeah.
So if one species gets hit by something, the others can still thrive.
Oh, that's a good analogy. So it's like not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly.
Diversify your portfolio.
Yes. And it's not just about resilience.
Okay.
Biodiversity also creates a more interesting and balanced environment.
How so?
Well, different plants attract different insects,
Oh, right.
different birds, different wildlife.
So it's like creating a whole little ecosystem.
It is. And a healthy ecosystem is one that can support a wide range of life.
I see. So even a seemingly simple plant like this, Mecardonia procumbens, can play a role in that?
Absolutely. Every plant has its place.
So this blog post is really making me think about the plants around me in a new way.
I'm glad to hear that. It's so easy to just take them for granted.
It is.
But when you start to learn about them, you realize how fascinating they are.
Yeah, and how important they are to the overall health of the environment.
Exactly. And I think that's something that the author of this blog post is really passionate about.
Yeah, definitely. And they seem to be encouraging others to share that passion.
It's contagious, isn't it?
It is. So what else did you find interesting about this author and their blog?
Well, I was curious, so I clicked around on their website a bit,
Oh, yeah.
and it turns out they have all sorts of notes on all kinds of topics, not just gardening.
Oh, wow.
It's like this treasure trove of information.
Like a digital cabinet of curiosities.
Exactly. There's stuff about photography, fish keeping, programming languages.
Wow. So they have a lot of interests.
Yeah, and it seems like they approach all of them with the same kind of curiosity and attention to detail that they bring to their gardening.
That's really cool. I think that's something we can all learn from.
Definitely never stop exploring.
So true. And you never know where that exploration might lead you.
That's right. You might find yourself diving deep into the world of Mecardonia procumbens.
Or maybe something even more unexpected.
Who knows? The possibilities are endless.
Okay, so we've got this software engineer who's like an amateur botanist.
Right.
And they found what they think is this Mecardonia procumbens growing out in wild.
Yeah.
And they're thinking about bringing it into their garden
Uh-huh.
to increase biodiversity.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me wonder, like, why is that such a big deal?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Like, why is biodiversity so important in a garden?
A lot of people think that, like, a nice manicured lawn
Right.
with just a few, like, really showy flowers is, like, the ideal.
Yeah, that's kind of the classic look.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's actually not the most healthy for the environment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's basically like a monoculture.
Okay.
It's just like one species dominating the whole space.
So like a lawn that's all the same type of grass.
Exactly. And that can make the ecosystem really vulnerable.
How so?
Well, if a disease comes along or a pest that specifically targets that one type of grass, then the whole lawn could be wiped out.
Oh, I see.
But if you have a variety of plants...
Like a more biodiverse garden.
Exactly. Then the ecosystem is more resilient.
Okay.
Because if one species gets hit by something, the others can still thrive.
So it's kind of like having a diversified investment portfolio.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to put all your eggs in one basket, right? Same idea with a garden. You want to spread the risk.
Okay, so biodiversity helps to make the garden more resilient.
Exactly. It's like a safety net.
And are there other benefits?
Oh, yeah, definitely. A biodiverse garden is just a more interesting and balanced environment overall.
In what way?
Well, for one thing, different plants attract different insects.
Right.
And different birds and other wildlife.
So it's like creating a whole little ecosystem.
It is. And a healthy ecosystem is one that can support a wide range of life.
Okay, that makes sense. But I'm still trying to wrap my head around how a seemingly simple plant like this Mecardonia procumbens can actually contribute to all of that.
And I know it seems kind of small and insignificant.
Right.
But it plays its part.
So how does it do that?
Well, for example, its flowers attract tiny beneficial insects like ladybugs.
Okay.
And those ladybugs then feast on aphids and other pests.
Oh, so it's like nature's pest control.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And by having those ladybugs around,
Yeah.
you're helping to protect other plants in your garden from getting damaged.
So it's like this ripple effect.
It is. Everything is connected.
And that brings us back to the idea of native plants. The author mentioned that Mecardonia procumbens is native to the southeastern U.S.
That's right.
Does that mean it wouldn't do well in other parts of the country?
It's possible. It might not thrive in a climate that's very different from its native habitat.
Okay.
You know, native plants have evolved over time to adapt to specific conditions.
Like the soil and the weather?
Exactly. So planting natives usually means less work for the gardener.
Oh, how so?
Well, because the plants are already suited to the local environment.
That makes sense.
They often require less water,
Okay.
and they're less susceptible to pests and diseases.
So it's like they're already toughened up for that area.
Exactly. They know how to handle it.
Okay, so going back to this blog post,
Yeah.
it's clearly more than just a gardening journal.
Right.
It seems like the author is really passionate about fostering a deeper appreciation for the natural world.
I think that's a great way to put it.
And they're sharing that passion with their readers.
Definitely. And I think it's contagious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm already feeling more inspired to go out and explore my own backyard.
That's great. You might be surprised by what you find.
I bet. And it makes me think about this idea of ecological literacy.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that term.
It's basically the idea that understanding how ecosystems work
Uh-huh.
is just as important as, like, knowing how to read or write.
I totally agree. It's essential for us to be able to understand and care for the natural world.
And this blog is a great example of how we can all cultivate that ecological literacy.
Definitely, by paying attention to the plants around us.
Yeah, and learning about their roles in the ecosystem.
Appreciating their beauty.
Exactly. And speaking of learning,
Yeah.
I was really intrigued by the fact that the author has all these other notes on their website
Oh, yeah.
on all sorts of topics.
It's like a digital cabinet of curiosities.
It is. There's stuff about photography and fish keeping and even programming languages.
Yeah, it seems like they have a wide range of interests.
They do. And it makes me wonder if there's a connection between their approach to gardening and all these other pursuits.
I think there is. It's all about exploration and experimentation.
And sharing those discoveries with others.
Exactly. And I think that's something we try to do here on The Deep Dive.
We do. We want to encourage our listeners to be lifelong learners.
And sometimes all it takes is a spark of curiosity.
To ignite a passion.
That's right. And who knows what that passion might be?
It could be gardening or coding or something completely different.
The possibilities are endless.
You know, after this deep dive, I'm like ready to grab a field guide and just go explore my own backyard.
I think that's a great idea, honestly. You might be surprised at what you find right under your nose.
Yeah, totally. And it makes me wonder, like, how many other people out there are, like, overlooking these little hidden gems.
Probably a lot.
Yeah.
You know, we get so caught up in our daily lives that we forget to appreciate the natural world around us.
It's true. But I think this blog post is, like, a good reminder to slow down and really pay attention.
Definitely. And, you know, plant identification is a skill that anyone can develop.
Okay, so for our listeners who are like, okay, I want to try this.
Yeah.
What are some resources they can use to learn more?
Well, there were tons of great field guides out there.
Yeah, I've seen those at the bookstore.
Exactly. And there are also a lot of online resources these days.
Oh, yeah, like websites and apps.
And, you know, another great way to learn is to join a local gardening group.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you can connect with other plant enthusiasts and learn from their experience.
Okay, so for anyone who's feeling inspired to go out and explore,
Yeah.
what are some key takeaways from this deep dive?
Okay, so first of all, remember that looks can be deceiving.
Okay.
That weed in your yard might actually be a valuable native plant.
Oh, right.
Contributing to the biodiversity of your local ecosystem.
Yeah, it's like don't judge a plant by its cover.
Exactly.
Okay, what else?
Second, online image searches can be a good starting point,
Right, we talked about that.
but they're not always accurate.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
So if you're serious about identifying a plant, take the time to really learn about its key features.
And consult some reliable sources.
Exactly, like those field guides we talked about.
Okay, good advice. And any final thoughts?
Yeah, I'd say remember that cultivating native plants is a great way to support local ecosystems
Okay.
and attract beneficial insects and pollinators to your garden.
So it's a win-win.
It is. You're creating a more beautiful and sustainable environment
And you might even discover a new passion.
for the world of plants.
Yeah, it's amazing how much we've unpacked from a single blog post about a plant.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It just goes to show that you never know where curiosity might lead you.
That's so true. And I think that's a great note to end on.
Yeah, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
And we'll see you next time.